Fourth grade into math, module 9 review. Vocabulary. Draw and label a rectangle using the term in the vocabulary box. So we're going to draw our rectangle. The base, is that the long part or the short part? The long part. So this would be our base. And the height goes on the short part. So base runs left to right, right, horizontal. And the height runs vertical, top to bottom. Okay. Concepts and skills, number 2. Max is marking off a rectangular section of the gym floor to practice bowling. The section has an area of 48 square meters and a length of 8 meters. What is the width? Tell what strategy or tool you will use to answer the question. Explain your choice and then find the width. So, what are we going to need? What formula? Perimeter formula or area formula? Area, right? So, area equals length times width. What is our area? So, we need to pull out our numbers. Okay, and then we're trying to find the width, right? So, what's our area? 48 equals, do we know the length? Yep, 8, right? Times the width. Okay, now to get W by itself, I have to do what? Divide. So an inverse operation, right? The opposite. So to get W by itself, I'm going to divide by 8 on one side, divide by 8 on the other. So W equals, what is 48 divided by 8? 6. So 6 what? Is it square meters or just meters? Meters, because we already had the area. We're just finding a part and it's not square. Which is the area of the shaded part of the rectangle. So what formula do we need, guys? Area equals what? Equals length times width. Okay. Then we need to find the area, the total area, right? So what is going to be for the whole big square?
12 times 7.
Okay. So the large or the big rectangle is 12 times 7, which equals what? 84, right? Okay. The area of the first small rectangle is what? 3 times 2, which is, then I can do what? I can go ahead and subtract, right? So this is 14, and this is a 7. 14 minus 6 is 8. Bring down the 7. And then now we need to find the area of the second small square, right? Okay. Now, what is the area of that? They only give us one dimension, but that's a what? A square. So it would be 5 times what? 5 times 5, which is 25. And then what do I do again? Subtract. 8 minus 5 is 3. 7 minus 2 is 5. So 53. So which letter is C? B. Number 4, Santa is building a deck around a tree. She will cut a square space for the tree that has a side length of 3 feet. Okay, so the square lets us know, and then the feet, 3 feet. The deck will be a rectangle that measures 10 feet by 12 feet. What is the area of the deck? So some of us can just do this, like in our head. Drawing a picture might help some of the rest, right? Okay. So first of all, are we finding area or perimeter? Area. So our formula needs to be area equals length times width. And then if we drew a picture, our rectangle would be 10 by 12. And then there's a little piece cut out in the middle. And they said it's a what? What shape? A square. So that means all the sides are the same length. Correct? Okay, so what do I need to do first? Okay, so the big rectangle is 10 times 12, which equals what? 120. The small rectangle or square is what? 3 times 3, which is 9. So we subtract then, right? So 1, 1, 1. So the area is 111 what? Well, square feet in this case, right? Because they want to know the total area of the deck. So in this case, it would be area. So you need square feet. Okay, so on these questions, they want us to find the area of the total part. Is there any pieces that they have missing? Not necessarily, right? Okay, so what is going to be my formula for area? Area equals length times width. Okay, so what am I going to write here this time? A equals what? 14 times 6. Now we'll have to put that vertically, 14 times 6. So 6 times 4 is, put the 4, carry the 2, 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 is, so 84 what?
84
Square centimeters. All right, on the next one, are we going to be able to use those pieces just as is? No, we have to break it apart, right? Okay, so let's just draw a line right here. Let's call this box A and this box B. So first of all, what's my formula? Area equals length times width. So for box A, what am I going to put? A equals 6 times 2, which is what? 12. For box B, area equals 5 times 3, which equals, and then what am I going to do with those two numbers? Add them. 2 plus 5 is 7. 1 plus 1 is 2. So my answer is 27 square feet. Okay, so what's my formula, guys? Area equals length times width. So area equals, since it's a square, it would be what? 5 times 5. What is 5 times 5? So 25 square inches. Number 8. Now this time they want us to do a little bit different. They want us to find that whole rectangle and then subtract that little dotted area, right? Okay. So what is still our original formula that we start with? Area equals so what are we going to do first? So the large area or the big area would be what? Area equals 8 times 6, which is what? 48. Okay. And then this little dotted box that they outlined for us. So the small dotted area would be area equals what? Not 3 times 6, because 3 times 6 is all the way across. So 3 times 4, or 4 times 3, which is 12. Now, am I going to add or subtract that? Subtract, because we want to subtract that little box. So 8 minus 2 is 6. 4 minus 1 is 3. So 36 square yards. Okay, so it says use the familiar formula P equals 2L plus 2W to find the unknown measure, where we also write it as P equals 2L plus 2W, right? Okay, so what is our total perimeter? Use the information they gave you. What is our total perimeter? 30. So 30 meters equals 2 parentheses. What's the length? 12 plus 2, when we don't know the width, correct? Okay. So now we're going to rewrite and then figure out what 2 times 12 is. So 30 equals, what's 2 times 12, guys? 24 plus 2w. How do I get 2w by itself? Not divide yet. Subtract. Okay? So I'm going to subtract 24 from this side. What I do on one side, I do on the other. So what is 30 minus 24? 6 equals 2w. Okay? Now, how am I going to get w by itself? We're going to divide, right? Because when the 2 and the w are right beside each other like that, that also means multiplication. So we're going to do the opposite of it. Remember, a fraction bar can also mean division. What I do on one side, I do on the other. So what is 6 divided by 2? So w equals 3. So which one? Which letter? Letter A. Okay, so now you guys are going to do test friend A for homework, and then that'll be practice for your test tomorrow.